A click of a button could save a woman's life. That's what South African firm Afritech Technologies hopes to achieve with its Alert app. Gender-based violence has become so rampant since coronavirus lockdowns, President Cyril Ramaphosa has called it the country's second pandemic. Afritech presents its app as one solution, allowing users to discreetly alert friends, family, and authorities that they are in danger.
We're not saying that our tech or our solution is the silver bullet, but it certainly is one of the pieces of this big puzzle that can make a difference to ending this situation, hopefully over time. And I think COVID became a catalyst for a lot of people to adopt, a lot more people to adopt technology. And hence why we felt creating a technological solution.
The South African Police Service says more than 10,000 people were raped between April and June this year. That's an increase of 2.8% from before the pandemic. Another 15,000 cases of domestic violence were reported in that same period. Organizations providing support to survivors say those figures don't paint a full picture, as many cases go unreported. The lack of data about the crisis is another solution Afritech plans to provide with the information it collects from users.
We're also putting AI systems behind our app to be able to then hopefully predict trends of what's going to happen. So empower police stations, empower private security, empower NGOs to then be able to have a proactive rather than a reactive response to this challenge.
People without smartphones can still use the alert system. The company has designed a panic button that looks like a USB stick, as well as a wristwatch that provides the same response. Social workers say these interventions will make a big difference, but more still is needed.
We need to target families. Ask, why is this happening? Is it a tradition? Is it your family history? Is it your background? And if so, how can we change it? And ultimately, we need to pay attention to our children. What are we teaching them?
High rates of gender-based violence long precede the coronavirus pandemic. National efforts to improve laws for people escaping abuse have been ramped up in the past year, along with promises of government funding. But experts say women often do not know how to get help or that help even exists.
The question about who takes responsibility comes back to the age-old problem when it comes to addressing and responses to GBV in South Africa. There isn't coordination across the board between different government departments as well as different stakeholders.
It's not just victims who need information. Advocates say the public as a whole need to be educated on what GBV is and how to respond to it.
How do we break the cycle with my attitude, my view of what gender-based violence is? I'm a neighbor, I see this happening, I close my door and I go inside. So where's the disconnect? That we need to understand.
Witnesses of violence can report incidents to police or via a national hotline or nonprofits, and they can do so anonymously. If more people intervened, Stevens believes it could be life-changing for victims and help shift the culture so that gender-based violence is no longer the norm. Linda Giftash for VOA News, Johannesburg.